And why are millions of Americans every year letting this exact benefit expire, just handing the money back without taking full advantage of it? That's what we're exploring in today's video. We're going to talk about the flexible spending account, and if you have one, how to take full advantage of it to actually squeeze every single dollar of value out of it before it disappears. Now, this video was brought to you by the FSA Store, and I'll tell you about them in just a minute. But first, let's make sure that we're all on the same page about what an FSA actually is, especially if you're taking a look at your employer benefit package right now, because I think a lot of people have one and they don't understand what it does, or they don't even know they have one. And once you do understand this account, you're going to want to make sure that you're maxing it out completely. A flexible spending account is an employer-sponsored benefit that lets you set aside pre-tax dollars to cover qualified medical expenses. Please make sure you take a moment right now and check to ensure that your employer isn't offering this and you haven't taken advantage of the FSA. Go look at your benefit package right now. Now, pre-tax is the key phrase here. That means the money comes out of your paycheck before income taxes are applied. So for 2026, you can contribute up to $3,400 to a healthcare FSA. Run the math on that one. If you max that out and you're in the 30% tax bracket, even the 22%, it doesn't matter. I mean, at 30%, you're looking at roughly $1,020 in tax savings, just by redirecting the money you were already going to spend on health-related costs anyway. Here's the thing about FSAs that make them fundamentally different from, let's say, an HSA, a health savings account. With a health savings account, unused funds roll over indefinitely, and that money is yours forever. An FSA operates under what the IRS calls the use it or lose it rule. If you do not spend your entire balance by the plan's deadline, whether that's December 31st, or your employer's plan year end date, that money goes back, not to you, it just goes away. Now, some employers do offer a grace period, usually about 2.5 months into the new year, during which you can then hopefully catch up and use that and spend those funds. Or they allow a limited rollover, which as of 2026 is up to only $680. But not all plans offer those, and your employer cannot offer both options at the same time. You need to check your specific plan. Now, what makes this especially frustrating is that this isn't some niche scenario. A significant number of FSA account holders forfeit money every single year. These are dollars that you're already setting aside, already earned, and you're just leaving it on the table. It's like the worst way to invest. A lot of this happens not because people are lazy, because they don't know what they can actually spend that money on. They think FSA funds are just for copays and prescription refills, and then they're sitting in November with $400 left and no idea where to start. And this is actually where it gets interesting, because your FSA covers way more than most people actually realize. And I mean significantly more, guys. We're talking about products that you probably already have in your medicine cabinet, on your nightstand, maybe in your gym bag even. You're buying these things anyway, so you might as well be buying them with pre-tax dollars. Let me show you what I mean here. This is where I want to bring in today's sponsor, because they make this so easy. FSA Store is the first and largest online marketplace dedicated entirely to FSA-eligible products. And I want to emphasize that word, entirely. Every single item on this site, which is over 2,500 products, is 100% guaranteed eligible with your FSA. That's not an approximation. That's their whole model. If it's on the FSA Store, it's covered. No guessing, no submitting receipts, no crossing your fingers, no getting trapped. You use your FSA card right at the checkout, just like a debit card. Now, let's talk about what's actually on there, because this is the part that I think surprises people the most. Yes, you've got your expected stuff: bandages, thermometers, pain relievers, over-the-counter medications, contact lens solutions, all covered, but then you dig just a little bit deeper and you're going to start finding things in what FSA Store calls their surprisingly eligible category. These are the items most people would never think to buy with FSA funds. We're talking about things like light therapy mask for skin conditions, massage devices, not in a relaxation sense. I'm talking about for muscle pain, physical recovery, things like that, blood pressure monitors, pulse oximeters, pregnancy tests, ovulation kits, acne treatment systems, cold and flu essentials, eye care, hearing care. FSA Store provided me with this right here, the Therabody WaveSolo. I've been using this for some pinpointed muscle relief. As someone who regularly exercises, having this vibration ball significantly with targeted muscle relief, this product along with others are eligible and can be found on the FSA Store. Would you ever think that you could get something like this that is FSA eligible? And FSA Store also carries their own in-house brand called Caring Mill, which offers high-quality daily health essentials at a lower price point. So you're getting even more value out of every pre-tax dollar that you spend. See, that's why I think this is such an important video, because the peace of mind knowing that you're not going to get a denial letter 6 weeks later is worth something very important here. If you want to start shopping, head to FSAstore.com/Bob Sharpe or scan the QR code on the screen right now. Thanks to FSA Store, where everything's eligible, for sponsoring today's video. But I don't want to just leave you with, hey, go spend your FSA money right now, because the smarter conversation is the one that actually moves the needle on your financial life. And it's how you plan your FSA contribution strategically in the first place. That's the key. Now, here's how I think about this. Your FSA isn't a savings account, and it isn't a spending account in the traditional sense. It's more of a pre-committed health budget. So the goal when you sit down during open enrollment is to look honestly at your expected health expenses, for the next upcoming year ahead. Think about any prescriptions that you take on the regular. Think about any procedures or appointments are coming up, like dental work, glasses, physical therapy, that dermatology visit that we've been putting off, Think about your family's over-the-counter needs throughout the entire year ahead. Add that up and then contribute accordingly. The mistake most people are making here, especially when I talk about FSAs, is being too conservative. They contribute $500 just to be safe, and then they end up spending $1,800 out of pocket on things that they would have actually been fully eligible for, because the fear of use it or lose it ends up costing them more than the rule itself would have been. Now, I'll be honest, estimating isn't a perfect science. Life happens, plans are going to change, and you might contribute more than you end up using. That's a real risk with any FSA, but it's a manageable risk, especially if you know going in that the FSA Store has over 2,500 eligible products across essentially every health need you could have. So instead of hopping to other websites and just blindly buying things, your first step should always be check the FSA Store first. If you find yourself at the end of the year with a balance left, you have options. You have a lot of options. Spending a balance over 1K is easy here. And here's one more thing worth flagging. If you change jobs mid-year, your FSA situation can shift quickly depending on your plan terms. FSA Store actually helps navigate that too. They have resources around grace periods and what happens to your funds during transitions, because the last thing that we ever want is to forfeit any money simply because you didn't know how that timeline actually worked. We spend a lot of time here on this channel talking about how to make your money work harder, right? Tax advantage accounts, right? Smarter spending. And an FSA is exactly that kind of tool. It's a legal, straightforward way to reduce what you pay for health expenses that you're going to have to pay regardless. FSA Store is exactly what it sounds like. So every item on that site will be FSA eligible, guaranteed. Go to FSAstore.com/Bob Sharpe, scan the QR code that was on the screen. I'll also drop a link in the description and I'll pin it in the comments. Thanks again to FSA Store, where everything's eligible, for sponsoring this video. Do you have an FSA? Are you actively using it, or is it one of those things that you enrolled in and you kind of forgot about? Drop me a comment down below with your thoughts and how you're using your FSA. Keep building your Sharpe money, and we'll see you on the next video.